on this episode of my Lash 2 brain cells. So if there's something in your business that, you know, is super valuable to you, maybe you created it, it might be worth it to you to look into sharing it with others.
Yeah, if you have cute Canva templates.
I even know, Hello, my loves. I'm Maddie Morris.
And I'm Elliot Morris.
And we're your hosts, and welcome to
My Lash 2 Brain Cells.
Today, we are going to be talking all about ways that you can be making an extra $1,000 a month in your lash business. Very specifically,
Love
your
it.
lash business.
Very specifically. If you are doing facials,
Click away. Not for
Stop
you,
watching.
babe. This is for the lash baddies.
This is for the lash baddies only. No, I think this could be applicable to anyone in beauty.
I think so too. Especially if you are a working lash artist. These are just some things that I was doing when I kind of capped out at my income potential for what I was charging. Like I was fully booked with clients. I had a wait list and everything like that. And I just wanted to like supplement my income and just like make, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Make an extra bag a month.
Like if you're a lash artist or you're doing any sort of beauty stuff, like obviously your number one priority is getting more clients, charging higher prices.
Yeah.
But there is like a schedule that you can do that. There's only like a certain timeline that you can like raise your prices on. You can't raise your prices every month, you know? And getting new clients like is your full-time job, but it's not all going to happen at once. And especially if you're still working on getting new clients, these can work for you. Or if you're fully booked, like you can't get new clients. And so you can't raise your income that way. So these are great ways that you can increase the value of the clients that you do have, and you can kind of increase your income without having to, you know, hire someone or do anything.
That's good. Increase the value of the income you're currently making.
Increase the value of the clients
you currently have without spending more hours behind the bed.
Exactly. We're trying to we're not going to okay, the first tip is not work weekends and nights. Like you're not.
I'm like, number one, do what I did.
Do what Madison did. Work 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, and then also work 4 hours on your day off because you have some clients that you can get in.
Yeah, I definitely was in my work harder, not smarter era for a good like 4 years.
Tim Ferriss would be so disappointed.
He would. He can never meet me. I'm his biggest disappointment because I definitely thought that I just had that mindset, you know, for years that you
didn't have this episode. And so you're like, I want to make an extra $1,000 a month. What should I do? I'll just work Sundays. That's a great way.
Yeah. I'm finally exiting my hustle and grind era.
We are. It's great. I love it. I support it.
But I started realizing, you know, slowly that there had to be things that I could do to, you know, grow my brand and reach more people and help more people and in turn supplement my income a little bit. So these are the things that I personally just started doing when I was a working lash artist in Alaska specifically.
Yes.
Because in Alaska, I was trying to move out. I was trying to make moolah and, you know, leave states. So,
yeah, true.
Yeah, so saving was really important to me at that time, and I really wanted extra things that I could easily do to increase the value of each client. So number one was I got really serious about selling retail. And when people think about selling retail as a lash artist, they always think, well, I already sell retail, Maddie. I already sell lash cleanser, and I already sell sleeping masks, and I already sell little lash cleansing brushes. Like that is not what I mean when I say sell retail. Like you should be operating a small store.
True.
And get really serious about it, because if you just have a couple cleansers on a shelf in your lash room, it's not going to make you an extra $1,000 a month. Nobody's going to care. No one's going to buy them. You're still going to have to force your clients to use them. So what I mean by that is invest in a product line or product lines that you really believe in enough that you can communicate the product to everyone that comes in your room.
And if you can communicate the product,
you can sell the product. You can. So, okay, don't make that at me. What that meant for me was I took any available space in my lash studio, and I got big gold shelves or just big cheap shelves, whatever shelving you can find.
If you get pretty shelves though, it helps sell them.
It helps sell them.
If you make a very pretty display,
Yeah.
you have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like you want it to look like an Ulta, you know?
Yeah, you want it. It's the same feeling when you go into like a high-end spa at a resort and there's just like walls and walls and walls of these
like,
bougie
wow,
lotions and potions and
promised
products.
land.
The promised land, yeah. But if it's kind of like, you know, the shelves are dusty and it's dark and it's in the back, you're never going to touch those products. It needs to be well lit. It needs to be front and center. There needs to be product in the waiting room, in the sitting area, anywhere where your client's eyes are going to be.
Hairstylists are great at this.
Hairstylists are fantastic examples of this because you never go to your hairstylist and they're like, or to a high-end hairstylist and they're like, okay, bye, see you later, you know, use Pantene. They always have beautifully displayed high-end luxury products, you know, with great ingredients that they can consistently communicate to their clients why they're healthy for their hair.
Yep.
And they sell them because they know that protects the client's investment.
Yep.
Hairstylists are fantastic at this. And I think lash artists just need to step up their game a little bit and start treating lashes as such a investment into their clients' beauty ritual, into their daily routine, and just a part of having lash extensions. Like having lash extensions is a commitment to the majority of people that get them. It's not just a one-time service. So like they should be wanting to buy all your cute, adorable, high-end products that you can sell to them every time. But you're probably like, what products should I sell to them? Because how many lash products can there be?
There's lash shampoo. There's
Lash Safe makeup.
That's good.
There's Lash
That's a
Safe
good one.
makeup. Nowadays,
one.
there are companies that sell Lash Safe eyeliner, Lash Safe liquid eyeshadows, Lash Safe bottom mascara, Lash Safe makeup, tons of stuff. That was kind of how I first got started in it. And I just had like a shade range that would suit pretty much all of my clients because all your clients, typically if they wear lash extensions, they probably wear a little bit of makeup on the special occasion.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I started out, but then I started diving into the world of retail and I thought, what else can I offer these people? And I was selling, here's what I was selling. Here was my suite of what I was selling. I was selling lash cleanser and I always had at least like 50 cleansers on the shelf, minimum 50 to 100 cleansers lining the shelf. And the more quantity you have of a certain product,
The more you'll sell.
the more clients believe that that's a product that you sell a lot of.
True.
Because you have like, if you have 2 cleansers on the shelf and if every appointment they come back and there's still 2 cleansers on the
Like,
shelf,
no one's buying this.
nobody's buying this. Why would I buy it?
Yeah.
But if you have 50 and you're constantly posting on
Your room is filled with lash cleanser.
it's like at Olive Garden when they like do the little cheese wheel and they go say when and the
you
room
never
just
say
fills
when.
with cheese. Just fill your room with lash shampoo. But yeah, just have a good quantity of what you're selling so that it visually appears that this is a product that you keep stocked and that it is, you know, sells like hotcakes.
Yeah.
Post about it when you get new inventory coming in. You know, I just got 50 new
Hey,
cleansers
we're restocked.
in. Message me to reserve one. Yeah. So my suite when I first started out with retail was, and this was making me an extra, you know,
Over 1,000.
way more.
You're making probably, and with all of it that you were doing, you're probably making an extra like $3,000-4,000 a month from it. Like
per.
a lot of money.
Yeah. So originally it was, and this is originally, it was bubble shampoo, it was lash cleansing brushes, it was Lash Safe makeup. So eyeliners, mascaras for your bottom lashes, and liquid eyeshadows that I sold for $25 a piece. I think I bought them for like $16 or $17 a piece. So high markup.
You were selling them over MSRP too.
Wait, yeah.
Because it's like when you're
why not?
when you're at the airport, a bottle of water is like $5. It's like it's because it's there, it's convenient. You don't have any other options.
Yeah.
It's the same thing when you're at your lash appointment.
Yeah.
It's like they could get a cheaper one at Sephora,
Absolutely.
you know, but they're here. It's convenient. You're selling the stuff that you know works for them. You did the hard work of researching what's the best one, so you charge a premium.
Absolutely. I was selling towelettes that were microfiber so they didn't catch on clients' lashes when they dabbed them
good.
off. I was selling little lash fans. I was selling, what else was I selling? Lash Safe skincare, like micellar waters, and that was specially formulated by lash brands like Lashbox. They came out with a whole skincare line that I was selling for a period of time.
Yep.
And then I created my own merchandise, which if you are an established lash brand, like your clients understand your branding, you have a really clear brand message, you know, your colors and everything kind of matches, and you have a great logo, it might be time that you create some cute merch for your clients to support you
Absolutely.
outside of their lash appointments.
Absolutely.
So my first drop was I made these really cute cropped crew necks, and I lived in Alaska, so everyone was cold. And I sold them to every single client I had because I had them displayed on every wall, and I posted about them, and I wore them every single day. It was like my personal uniform. And my friends were wearing them, and they were, great gifts for people. And my clients just bought them like crazy. Because I had a cute logo. If your logo says
you invested into having a really good, cute logo.
Yeah. If your logo is something that's kind of just like a
generic.
Yeah.
You made it on Canva.
Yeah.
Probably not.
If it just says like Lash by Brittany, maybe don't.
It probably won't sell.
It probably won't sell. But if you have a logo that, like when I was Maddie the Lash Lady, I probably would not have sold out merch, but I had a cute logo of a girl with flowers, and
you've seen it. It's on the website. It's everywhere.
Yeah, it looked like it could almost be a logo for like a tattoo shop or a coffee shop. It was very cute.
Yeah, and at the time it was like a big investment. You paid like $1,600 for the logo.
Yeah, I paid $2,000 for my logo, so I was like, I want to use this thing. And no shade to Lashes by Brittany, like I'm sure
no,
that's a I'm sure it's a well-established brand
for sure.
And you should make merch. But yeah, so then I started selling merchandise, and I sold like little artwork that I made. Just in anything that I could.
Yeah, Madison is a very talented artist. If you didn't know,
I'm not, but
she is.
Okay.
She did henna. She did henna tattoos.
I did own a henna tattoo business for a minute.
I think you're a good artist.
You know,
your little. Remember your wood paintings?
That's what I sold, guys.
Those are so
I
cute.
I sold wood paintings. I would paint like Bible verses on little like slices of wood that I got from Michael's, and
you do little mandalas.
Yeah,
remember they were cute.
Do you really think I'm a good artist?
Yeah,
Are
actually.
you lying?
No, actually.
Really?
Remember? No, remember when we first started dating and you had that painting you made of the ship?
Yeah.
I thought that was so good.
Really?
I thought that was so impressive. Yeah, and you were like, "No, it's stupid. It's so bad." I was like, "No, this is like one of the I love it. I think it is great."
Thanks, Ellie. My original like dream was to maybe be like a tattoo artist or something of the sort. So I was really into art.
But no, yeah, and like if you like art, hang your art on your walls, sell
Come
it.
on.
It's a merchandising opportunity.
Literally.
Honestly, yeah, you made quite a bit from that. And then
around Christmas time, I was probably selling I was probably selling like $80 of my paintings a day.
Oh, especially when you were, and especially when you had clients.
Can I just interject something really fast? I was a retail hustler. I would work like 12-hour days, and then I would come home. I was legitimately 19 years old. I would come home and I would paint Christmas ornaments.
Yeah, they were so cute. You did.
This is such a throwback. I would paint Christmas ornaments from like, 7 p.m. to like 11 p.m. And then I would like sell them the next day. But that was my downtime.
I love it. Yeah, that was how you unwinded, was by working.
I know. If you guys just have any like talents or skills, like don't be afraid to, put those out there in your salon and sell.
You were making a bunch off of like custom pieces that you were doing for clients. Like people were commissioning work. It was great. That was like a great source of income for you. So if you have anything that like is like a hobby or something that you're passionate about, where you like make stuff.
If you sell mixtapes,
freaking give every one of your clients a mixtape.
Imagine getting your lashes done and your lash artist is just like, you want my mixtape? It's $15.
Yeah, you could be the next Krayshawn.
Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when I moved into Arizona, I had a big lash artist following, and I was really passionate about the product line that I was using, and so I was like, what if I became an official, retail distributor? And I decided to basically build my shelf into a whole like retail suite of products
for a lash artist.
So I sold an entire product line of a brand where I had tweezers and lashes and adhesives and aftercare and all the things that a lash artist would need. But it also, so I had lash artists coming in to pick up product every day, but I also had clients that were so curious because they would come in and see this beautifully displayed shelf of products that people were constantly coming in and buying off my shelves, and they were like, what is this? What is this? What is this? And I'm like, oh, this is this lash cleanser. This is this makeup. Like, it's popular for this reason, this reason, this reason. Here's why you should use it. And I was in turn selling more to my clients as well as lash artists. So if you're
Yep.
at that stage where you have a product line you're super passionate about, you know, love them as a company and their products, and it makes sense for your profit margins to sell. Like obviously if you're buying a pack of lashes for $20 and you're retailing it for $23, like it's
Don't do
not
it.
worth your time.
Don't do it.
But if you're buying a pack of lashes for $7 or $10 and
Well, and generally, if you find a brand that you really like, they'll wholesale their products for retailers. Like that's the way that most lash brands
that's
will
pretty
get their
standard
stuff.
for big brands. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you can generally get lashes for like 40-50% off, and then you can retail it. And then the only catch for that is that you have to place generally bigger orders. Generally, it's going to be like over $3,000. You can place a wholesale order. Different brands will have like different minimums too. But once you're at the stage of your business where like if you can afford to invest, you know, $3,000 every like couple months in placing a big order and then just having it stocked on your shelves, you can absolutely sell it to other lash artists. Especially if you're in a town where no one is retailing this specific brand, or you're in an area where no one is retailing a specific brand that you think is really
Always
good.
think about what's lacking in your area.
Yeah, you can totally do it because one of the biggest selling points, like a reason that people would come to you to buy your stuff instead of just like, because you're probably thinking, why wouldn't they just buy it through the website? Is like people run out of stuff.
Yeah.
And so like if you're the only one in your area who's selling a particular brand that a lot of lash artists use and they run out of glue or their order got delayed for some reason, like if they can just run over to your space, grab it, go back, you're saving them tons of heartache and tons of energy, and like you're saving them a ton of trouble because
You'd be amazed how many people I had come in just in an emergency.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You
Yeah,
know?
even if your brand wasn't the brand that they were used to, they just didn't have any other options.
I've done it a million times. Like I remember I had a glue crisis. I've only had one glue crisis in my entire career because I stay stocked, baby. But it was like last New Year's Eve, I had a bunch of adhesives come in and they were all off. They were all like
bad.
It was like a manufacturing issue. So I was stuck with like 8 adhesives that didn't work and I had a full set. And I remember I literally was like on Facebook, like lash. It was so desperate. I was
bad.
like lash adhesive sales near me. Like it was so, you know, Craigslist vibes. And I had to run into someone else's suite and just bought a glue from her from a random brand I'd never used. And I paid top dollar for it. And I had no idea if it worked or not, but I was in a bind and that is what got me through that day.
Yeah, 100%. And another side benefit of retailing like products to lash artists is that you're way less likely to run out of stuff because you're staying stocked, you know?
I never run out of glue ever again.
No, yeah. You never run out of lashes. You never run out of glue because you have like 500 trays on your shelves because you're selling it to other lash artists. And as soon as you start getting low, you place another $3,000 order, you get friggin' 100 lash trays coming in. And then,
ma'am.
yeah, you're never going to run out. So it makes things a lot easier because you're not worried about, you know, trying to buy 5 trays at a time to try and predict what you're going to need for the next month because you're like, well, I'll just order a bunch and then sell it.
And if you're wondering how to properly or how to effectively advertise that you're a product retailer, Facebook groups are really there's a few things that Facebook groups for lash artists are good for.
They're very few, unless you join Lightheart Lash Besties. That is the
best Facebook group in the industry.
Group in the industry. Everyone there is wonderful.
Nice girls only.
Nice girls only. If you're a mean girl, don't join.
I won't let you join.
Yeah, we'll ban you.
I have 2 rules, and one of them is be nice.
You have to say when you join, you have to say I am a nice girl. And if you say you're a mean girl,
I have 2 rules.
Cut.
Rule number 1 is you have to be a nice girl, and rule number 2 is rule number 1.
And rule number 3 is no MLMs. But that's the only rules.
Yeah, I can't wait for the day someone joins the Lightheart Lash Besties group, and they're like, "Hey, have you guys heard of Arbonne?"
Cut off.
Bonk.
No.
Bonk.
Bonk.
Okay, so if you're in a Facebook group that is location specific, like I originally joined like Alaska Lash Artists or Alaska Estheticians, and I just posted like, hey guys, you know, I have nothing to...
I sell product.
Yeah, I sell product 24/7. Send me your, you know, if you're
ever running low, stop by.
Here's where I'm at. Yeah. Simple. But it put it out there that when people in the back of their mind, when they do have that emergency, they're always like, oh, I remember that one girl posted on Facebook 6 months ago. Who is she? You know, and that was really how I had people find me, was just slowly putting it out that like, this is who I am and this is what I sell.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't do salesy with it at all, because
Oh,
lash
yeah.
products in an area where there is no lash product pickup will sell.
Yeah, because the thing is, no one minds someone selling their stuff if it's something they really need.
Absolutely.
Like if you come to people in just being like, hey, I sell this stuff. If you're ever running low, if you ever have an emergency, if you just want to buy stuff without having to worry about shipping, like stop by. I have it. Like that's it. Just let them know. And and now like you have people just coming by just randomly.
Oh, well, now it got to be too much.
It got to be too much.
I actually shut down my product pickup recently because we had people just like calling the coffee shop and they're like, I'm outside, I need glue. And the coffee shop was like, this is a coffee shop.
This is a coffee shop. They're like, call Maddie. And then they would call you and they'd be like, I'm outside. And Madison's like, I'm at home. Like,
I had it pretty structured where people would message me their order. I would box it up for them and they would pick it up.
Yep.
And that's how I ended up doing it, because I was having, 2 customers a day.
Yep.
And
it was easy.
And
too many people found out about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Where are they hearing about it? I don't even know.
Word of mouth, but I recently
guess.
had to shut it down because it just got way too chaotic for me, and it just was crazy. So,
but if this is a major source of income for you, then it's worth the trouble.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But it was at the point for us where like it made more sense for us to spend the time that we would be spending buying big orders and like packing them up and all that. It made more sense for us to spend the time on like the education stuff and the podcast. And it's like we have other stuff that's a higher priority for us. So we're like, okay, well, this is a smaller source of income compared to the other stuff. So we're like, okay, we'll cut this off so we can focus on the main things.
Yeah. For a time in my life, I mean, that was
huge.
It was huge.
It was huge. When we first moved here, that was a godsend.
Yeah.
Like when you didn't have many
clients.
clients. Yeah, absolutely. You didn't have many clients. Like most of your following was lash artists. So like it was harder to get clients because like everyone on your Instagram was just other lash artists.
Yeah.
And but it made it really easy to sell product because you're like, hey, I sell product.
And everyone's
Stop
like,
by.
I'm
And
outside.
everyone's like, oh,
I'm
here.
outside, girl.
Yeah. Great.
Number 2 I wanted to talk about to make, an extra $1,000 or so a month is if there is something in your business that that is currently useful to you that you created, it might be worth it to sell it to others. So for example, like digital products.
Do tell.
The way that I started selling digital products, it was totally by accident. I had a woman reach out to me and she said, hi, Maddie. I've heard that you do like great consultations with your clients. Do you have a consultation form? And if so, can I buy it from you? And I said, well, I do have a consultation form.
And I guess you can buy it for sure.
And I was like, I've never sold it, but I would be happy to give it to you, because I didn't see any harm in sending my consultation form to a woman that lived across the states if it would help her out. So I sent it to her, and
then she Venmo'd you like $40.
And then she said, how much is it? And I said, well, it's not for sale, so I really don't have a price for it. So I said, Venmo me whatever it's worth to you.
Yeah.
And she Venmo'd me $40. And so I was like,
works for me.
Cool. And she messaged me after and she was like, this is a great consultation form. Like I love it. It's easy. It's simple.
And then because we were not very smart, we were like, the realization dawned on us. It took that happening, and we're like, wait a second, we can sell this to other people.
Our last 2 brain cells were rubbing together.
They were rubbing so hard.
And I was like, could we sell this?
Yeah. Well, I guess we already did. And so then we put it on the website.
We did. So I go, Ellie, can you like put this on the website and we could, sell it? And so we did. And I think it was around $40 because I was like,
I think we do 37 or 35.
Yeah,
whatever.
give them a deal.
Yeah.
And we have
it's
sold
freaking great.
Sold a lot of them.
Yeah, we sold hundreds and hundreds now.
Yeah.
It's maybe thousands. I don't even know.
I haven't even kept track.
So
if there's something in your business that, is super valuable to you, maybe you created it, it might be worth it to look into sharing it with others.
Yeah. If you have cute Canva templates.
I even know lash artists that just have like what is it, like client mapping guides or like little things like that, and they put it on Etsy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can put it on Etsy if you don't have your own website.
Yeah.
Like we put it on our own website so that we get a higher percentage. We just pay the credit card processing fees. We don't have to worry about like giving another platform a percentage.
Yeah.
And it's like easier to have everything in one place. But if you don't have a website where you have like all the infrastructure set up to like sell things online, then you can just throw it on Etsy. If you have a little guide, or if you do something kind of unique in your business where you that you could teach other people in like a video, you could throw it up on Teachable. You can make a little online course sort of thing. You can sell it for whatever you want. People will buy it. It's super easy. Like there's so many ways that you can just start selling your knowledge and the things that you've made online, like it's a great way to make a little extra income, especially if it's something where you really like a particular part of your job, or you are kind of starting to specialize in something where you're maybe really good at mapping your clients, or you're really good at the like client experience. You can make a little video course on like how to provide a great client experience.
Yeah.
And then you can don't sell it for a ton, sell it for like 30, 40, 50 bucks, maybe $100 if it's like a bigger course.
Yeah.
And you can easily start making like an extra $1,000 a month, a couple $100 a month. Like, it's not going to be huge at first, especially if you don't have like a really big online following, or you're not running ads or getting like way more complicated with it, but you can easily start bringing in an extra just a couple $100 a month just from something that you made one time. You put it up, you talk about it every once in a while. It's a great little source of income.
Yeah. And I think it's super valuable to new artists, that just, they need these little resources from actual lash artists, and not like giant companies that don't know anything about lashes.
Yep.
Like my friend Andy recently made like a client record book where you have
smart.
it on your iPad, and you have a picture of your client and all their records and their mapping, and like what you did on them, so you can remember, and their consultation. And I just thought it was genius. I'm like, this is so cute.
Yeah, it's great.
And so if you need something like that, buy it from Andy at Lash Withdrawal.
Shout out.
But I just think like stuff like that is so cool, and you can definitely supplement your income with that, and it helps everyone. Hurts no one, helps everyone. Helps the economy. Third thing and last thing, and this is fourth thing, actually, this is the third out of fourth thing. If you are a more advanced artist, and you are looking to just make a little bit of extra money a month, and maybe you're not ready to dive into trainings, because obviously trainings, I mean, that you could make a whole separate income from trainings.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can make a whole other income. But I'm talking about just like, if you are a very, very skilled lash artist and you are not yet ready to dive into trainings, or it's just not a passion of yours.
Yeah, like you're fully booked.
Yeah.
And you're doing well, you're charging the prices you want to charge, but you're like, I want to do a little extra, but I don't want to, go all the way
into being a lash educator, because
it's a lot.
A lot of sacrifice.
Oh yeah.
Mentoring, shadowing, and calls are great ways where you can share your expertise in bite-sized pieces. And I did this for a period of time where I did like half days and stuff. I think I did like 2 of them. It just wasn't for me. I personally prefer teaching very long form classes, not just bite-sized. But if you have people that are interested in learning from you, you could offer shadowing sessions, where people come shadow you for like a full day or a half day, and you can charge, a
few $100.
More than that. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think they could charge?
Shadowing sessions?
Yeah. For a day.
$500 to $700.
Really?
Yes.
Dang.
Absolutely. If you're an advanced artist,
I gotta start doing that.
Yeah. You really need to start learning lashes.
Right? Come shadow Elliot.
$1.
$1.
He'll pay you. Yeah. So shadowing sessions, mentoring calls. If you're someone that can really communicate information effectively over the phone, and you have just a lot of knowledge to share, calls, shadowing, and like mini micro trainings.
Yeah. And it's a great option too, because then your student or your client or customer or whoever you have is going to be giving you like the content to give them.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard to make like training material from scratch. It takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time. But if you just are hopping on a call and someone's asking you questions, you just have to answer them. You don't have to come up with this whole thing from scratch. You're just answering the questions that they're asking you. It makes it way easier to kind of share your knowledge when you just have someone who's shadowing you when you're doing clients, and they're like, oh, why do you do this? And then you're like, oh yeah, I do this because of this. And it's like super obvious to you, but it's something where you wouldn't think to put that in a training necessarily. And so it's also a really great way to get into doing trainings, because then you can see all the ways, all the questions that people will generally have. And if you're really like thinking ahead about it, when you start doing shadowing, you start doing calls, write down like the questions that people have for you and like the answer you gave and like how you helped them. And then once you've done that for a while, then you basically have the skeleton of your training manual, because you can just compile all these questions that everyone had for you, and you can put it all into a manual. And then you have training material that's based on like real life things that people want to know, and you're not just kind of sitting at home at night thinking, okay, well, what I should teach about this, I should teach about this. You have like really like based in reality training material that people can get a ton of value out of, that you'll know people can get a ton of value out of because they already have.
They give you the content. Yeah.
They give you the content.
Period, Elliot.
Per.
Okay, last and final thing that I wanted to touch on is if you are just a full-time working woman, you are a working lash artist, add-on services.
Add-ons.
It's easy.
Anyone could do them.
Anyone could do them.
Anyone can do them.
But like when I was doing like, 9, 10, 11 clients-ish a day, and I was just spending all my time.
Don't be like Madison.
Don't be like me. But when I was doing that, or even if you're just taking a few clients a day, whatever it is, I was just doing like brow waxes and tints on absolutely everybody, because it took.
You say, hey babe, you want to get your brows tinted and waxed for an extra what, $20, $30?
I was charging $45.
Period.
Yeah, I was charging $20 for a tint, $25 for a wax. But it was, it was so easy to add it on because clients are always
already laying down.
Everyone loves convenience. And if you just have your wax pot ready to go and all your tinting supplies, it's not like it's going to take an extra hour.
Yeah, you say it'll take an extra 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah, and if you do a great job and you're fast and efficient and you just do like great quick brows, like you don't have to be like, mapping them out, like doing like a whole entire like 1 hour
just
brow
clean
service.
them up a bit.
If it's just like a quick add-on service for you, then why not add it on to your current service?
Absolutely. Make an
extra. I was making an extra couple $100 a day.
Absolutely.
At my peak, and I was I was speedy. I always had a little extra time at the end of the fill.
Yeah.
That was kind of the only add-on I really ever did when I was doing lashes.
Yeah, wax and tint.
Yeah, because they were already laying down.
Easy.
They already had their eyes closed.
It's easy. If you're someone who like you are really into aesthetics and you want to add on, facial services into it too, like you can do that.
That's
like,
a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But if there's like something that you're passionate about that you're like, oh, I really love doing this for clients, add it on.
Yeah. One thing that was, if you're wondering like, okay, well, how do I just start asking clients if I can do their brows, because that might feel a little uncomfortable for you. The way I always did it was I would compliment their eyebrows. So they'd be laying down. I go, girl, you have the most amazing eyebrows. Who does your brows? And they'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you. They're so bushy and terrible right now. Like, and usually they'll go into something like,
I haven't got them done in forever.
I haven't got them done forever. Like, you're so sweet. I just do them myself at home. My brow girl moved away. She lives across town. Like, all this stuff. They just, because you're having conversation. It's how conversations work. And then usually I'm able to, sprinkle in my little fairy dust. And I would say like, oh my gosh, I do brow waxes and tints. If you ever want to add it on, just let me know.
And then it's like super low pressure.
It's low pressure. I'm not.
It's not uncomfortable. Like, hey, would you like me to do your brows and do your tint? And they're like, no.
No, when you go
and then you're silent for the rest of the appointment.
No, like it's like POV. You go to the nail salon and they go, "What? Do you want to wax your upper lip?" And you're like, I didn't. But now I do.
You go in and they're like, you should really get your upper lip waxed. You're like, really?
There's been so many times they're pushy with it. There's been so many times I'm sitting at the nail salon and they're just like, do you want your eyebrows done? And I'm like, oh, no, thank you. And they're like, upper lip. And I'm like, no.
You should think about it. You say no and they're like, are you sure?
Are you sure, girl?
You might want to reconsider.
We'll do it for free. Yeah. So usually I would just insert the conversation with a compliment. I would just say, I love your brows. They're perfect. You have the most perfect brow shape. They're amazing. And then, when they start to talk, just insert that, oh, if you ever need your brows done.
I do it too.
I literally added on. I always would say, I added on to like everyone's appointment. Like it's like, oh my gosh, that's what I do, girl. Like I do everyone's brows.
Yeah.
I go, we can even do them today if you want, or next time, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they just have it in their head that that's something you do. And if they see your wax pot and your tint and all that stuff like actively out and not like shoved in a cupboard, then they'll be like, oh, this actually is like a thing that she does.
Yep.
And you can even have it like discounted if it's like an add-on with their lash service, like,
Yeah, that's another easy way to sell is be like, hey, if I do it as an add-on, it's like
it's 20 instead of 25 or something.
It's 20 instead of 25. I get a little discount for my besties.
You're losing money if you don't get your brows done by me.
True.
But yeah, that was really the only add-on I personally ever did. And I know a lot of lash artists, they add on like the lip mask or something.
That's a little goofy. You're like, would you like to upgrade to the moisturizing under eye pads? And it's like, okay.
Do not be upcharging your clients for stupid things, you guys. It's 2023.
Don't. Make it good. Make it good. Make it valuable.
Yeah, when people are like, I've literally heard people like, oh, my lash artist charges more to use like this tape or this gel patch under my eye.
Come on. That you don't want your clients to feel like you're nickel and diming them.
Yeah.
You want them to feel like they are coming in for a luxury service. That's why like Louis Vuitton doesn't upcharge you for like the gold zippers on their bag.
You'd be like,
it's just,
come on.
this is the bag. This is what it is.
Yeah.
It's a nice service.
Yeah.
Make it nice.
Have a few valuable add-ons, but don't be adding on stupid stuff that no one needs.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also, I don't know. This is
controversial.
This is controversial.
Wee you. Tea time.
But like, I don't know. I just, for me,
telemedicine.
For me,
Drop your hot take.
I feel like the lip mask thing and like the jelly hydro mask thing, like during lash appointments, the whole point of it is to get clients to not talk.
Really?
It is.
That's actually so funny.
But I feel like
you only offer it to the clients who you don't want to talk to.
I feel like talking to clients while you're working is a skill that you should develop.
Ooh, I feel like that's controversial.
I feel like it is controversial because everyone's like, clients should be quiet. You should be quiet while you work.
Yeah.
And I totally
let me focus.
I totally get the convenience of that, and I'm not saying
it is easier.
It is easier to work, of course, but I'm saying if you want to build a clientele that is very, you have great, deep, connected relationships with your clients. I think a big key component of that is allowing them to speak freely during their appointment without them feeling like you're trying to shut them up.
You would not have been able to charge to make like $250 a fill if you didn't talk to your clients. If you were just silent the whole time, no possible way you would make $250
My work was half the battle.
Yep.
And
your relationship with the client
was
is huge.
Huge. And if you can comfortably make people feel comfortable enough.
Absolutely.
And like, I'm not saying your client should be flailing all over the room like, girl, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. But I want to make my clients feel comfortable start to finish at any point if they want to talk to me about something or I want to talk something to them about. Like, I would feel awkward being like, do you want to try this hydro jelly lip mask? And
that's the only thing you've said the entire appointment.
I feel like as a client, it would make me feel like they're trying to get me to stop talking, which like, listen, you should have clients be still and comfortable, but there's ways to have people be still and comfortable while still keeping fluent, casual, good conversation throughout, whenever they want to.
Yeah.
Some clients are completely silent.
That's fine.
Which is completely fine. But I'm just saying, as a truly, this isn't even like a tip or a trick, but like truly just artist to artist, if you can make your clients comfortable to talk to you and you can build that real relationship with them, that's going to set you apart.
Oh yeah. No, this is the 5th bonus tip of how to make an extra $1,000 a month. If you start like not all your clients are going to want to talk, but if you start like having real meaningful conversations with the clients that do want to chat and
it's organic
and it just comes up and you don't shut down the conversation, your tips will increase in size.
Absolutely.
You will make more money.
It's just a side effect.
If you're an artist and you're like, man, my clients don't tip well, try talking to them. Try being their friend.
Yeah.
If you do, I guarantee they will start tipping you more.
This is such a bonus. This has like nothing to do with the episode, but it's so true. Like,
it is. No, it's true.
Truly, there is just like the job security of being a lash artist is having clients that
care about you.
That care about you and you care about them, and people can see a mile away if you don't care about them. If it's fake, you only do it for the money.
Don't have fake conversation.
I've trained students where they're like, they constantly badmouth their clients, and all they want to talk to me is their terrible clients. They want to know about my terrible clients. They want to, and I'm like, no. I can't have this conversation because I don't view my clients like that.
No.
Like, my clients are beautiful angel, perfect princesses to me, and I treat them as such. And when they're laying on my table, all I want to know is what happened to them this week. What's going? You know what I always say? They come in. If I have a client named like
Ashley,
they come in. What's going on in Ashley's world today? It's all about Ashley.
Yeah.
That's my little line. What's going on in blank world today?
Oh, that's cute.
I always say that.
That's cute.
What's
you
going
can
on
steal
in
that
world today. You can steal that. And then it's like they're like, "Ooh, what is going on in my world today?" Rather than just like, "How are you? What are you up to after this?"
Hey, babe.
Do you need to go to the bathroom?
What's up?
Just.
So, what's up?
Get
What's up with you?
Yeah. The more you let your clients know that you care about them and you genuinely take an interest in like their lives, your income will increase as a side effect.
Don't do it just to get the bag, because they can tell.
They can tell.
If you start talking and you're like, so how are your kids? And they're like, you don't want to know about my kids.
Getting that bag is truly a side effect.
That's why this is the bonus tip, because you gotta have the right intentions.
The heart behind the art.
The heart
baby.
behind the art. Ooh, that's good. The heart behind the art. Period. And that's a light heart Lash promise.
Alrighty, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today.
What a great episode.
I thought that was a good episode.
It was wonderful.
Yeah, we kind of freestyled it.
Hopefully we were recording.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm kidding.
Guys,
We
every episode that we think is good, we're always like,
we're
oh
no.
no. We just
Oh no.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening, you guys. Thank you for all your kind messages. Thank you for sharing this podcast, for telling your friends.
Yes, please tell your friends.
No, people are telling their friends.
They are?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for that.
I love when I see people's stories of them watching it on their TV at home.
Oh, that's my favorite.
That's my favorite thing in the world.
That's so sweet. That's
And,
the
us?
best viewing
You're
experience.
watching Ellie at night?
We're on TV? Man. Watch out, Mom. I made it.
Okay, we love you guys. And until the next episode.
Smooches.